My name is Jim Sargent. I'm Director of Student Services for the Hall County School System, and I want to welcome you and thank you all for being here with us tonight in what I hope will be the first step in a process that's going to be meaningful, productive, and help us to acknowledge and intervene in the awful specter that is the changing face of drug abuse here in Hall County, affecting our kids in the county schools as well as in the city schools. Our two systems are linking arms in trying to face this challenge along with the Coalition of Hall County and many other organizations.
And let me tell you that I would first say that the face of drug abuse in our community, if you want to see what it looks like, if you don't have a laptop or a computer at home, stop at the library and go onto Facebook and look at the bright and smiling faces of your athletes, of your daughter, of your daughter's best friend, of the honor students.
I don't seem to be naive and think that my kids won't do it, my kids won't participate. But the stark reality is that the damage that it does, not only to a physical body, but also to the emotional and spiritual body, is just a profound experience that really impacts a multitude of lives. And so I would urge you to just pay attention and not be naive.
You can't just stereotype someone, and really what I would want to say is even if you take your kid to church or take your kid to a faith-based something, they're not immune to the same struggles that every kid is facing these days. Even though you drop your kid off at church, it still requires you to be checked in to understanding where they're at in life.
What's the face of drugs? This young man right here. I'm a parent of a dead teenager. If you'd asked me on November the 5th, could it happen to my son? I'd have told you no. It's just a phase he's going through. It's just something he's doing with his friends. But on November the 6th, at about 7:30 in the morning, we got the phone call that I need to get over to his mom's house quick. They don't just take 1 or 2 pills, guys. They eat these pills. They call it eating these pills. It's not take a couple of Lortabs and call it a night. It's eat 10 of them or more. So what's the face of it? It's every kid in every school. And it's a lot of parents, y'all. I'm going to tell you the truth. I found out after the fact that my son was smoking pot with a friend and his dad. I don't want to see this happen to another parent. We got to just stand up and be parents, y'all. I mean, you talk about your kids' privacy and things. They don't have any privacy when they live in my house. On one particular day, my son got 40 text messages from students at a local school asking about prescription drugs. But tell your friends, tell your neighbors, if they got 6th graders to seniors, get out here and get active. Don't be scared to tell on somebody. It might save your kid's life. Tell your kids not to be scared to tell on somebody. It may save their life. You can put my son's picture up on every school in this county, and then you can put a picture of his gravesite and just put pills killed. I mean, because that's fine with me. If it'll save a student's life, it'll cause them to do something different.
What can kids do to help prevent others from using?
That's a really hard question. And I think maybe in a school, maybe getting an organization together of those people, you know, and maybe talking about it. Maybe set a time apart during the school, you know, maybe once a month or so, and talk about these things.
Deter or to prevent drug and alcohol abuse. What can we do? We know we're not totally in control, but what can we do? What should we be doing?
But let me tell you what I think. The only place you can start and you are in control of is with yourself. You know, I'm going to ask you to turn a mirror to yourself and look in your own medicine cabinet, in your own lifestyle, and what you're teaching your children.
But I would just really focus on staying connected to your kids and staying connected to your kids' friends, parents, not necessarily kids' friends. Don't be their buddy. You can certainly have buddy time if you want to. I'm going to hold them accountable, and stay connected to your friends' parents. You need to know where your kids are And there needs to be two things, accountability and verifiability.
I think ideally you got to have that relationship where, as one of our parents said, you don't have to respect some magical privacy of the teenager. You're looking out, you got to raise them. You don't have to be their best friend. But at the same time, you can't build that wall where they won't talk to you. So
So I have a real simple saying, rules without a relationship equals rebellion. And I'll really just stay on that.
Also add in, talk of the future. You know, what are your goals? What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go to college? Because a lot of times they're going to make decisions that might impair their getting to that point.
And then you have to know your kids. You have to know their patterns, what they do, the things, the people they hang out with. I just got a new puppy a couple of weeks, well actually about a month ago. And I had to go to potty training class. Things that my instructor gave me that I learned is I watched the habits of my puppy. So now I've been able, when I see him start to do certain things around the house, I know it's parents, we need to know the patterns and the things that our kids do. If you know these and something is abnormal, you as a parent will know this if you keep an eye on your kids.
Take time off work, you know, sit at dinner tables with them, have a chat with them, whatever. That doesn't help. They get bad into addiction. Try to find them a program to go to, like 3D, No Longer Bound.
But maybe taking seniors and juniors that are committed to a lifestyle of abstinence from drugs, alcohol, and other destructive behaviors, bringing them into the freshman classes and holding panels like this that can introduce them into there are some positive things that can be done. We have made a commitment that we're not doing drugs and alcohol, and you as a freshman can make that same commitment today.